Welcome
to
the D&D.
podcast. First episode of 2020. We've been gone for
Feels
a
like
long
forever,
time.
man.
We're back. We're talking about, you already know, the national championship. Burrow, Go Tigers, Edwards, Ryan, Clemson Tigers, Dabo Swinney.
Go Tigers.
You name it. So, as we all saw, LSU's in your national championship. As
Yeah.
your national champion. Joe Burrow did his thing. The defense did their thing. Where do you think Clemson goes from here? I'll ask you that first.
Clemson, they're gonna be good. Dabo can't win them all. After they won it the year before last. So Clemson's in good hands. They'll be back. They'll be back in the playoffs. I'm not concerned about Clemson because we know Trevor Lawrence is going to be out on a mission next year. For him to have 13 overthrows, that's unlike Trevor Lawrence.
Yeah.
So he will be back to redeem himself and then leave and go to the NFL, and that will be the end of Clemson after he leaves.
Unless they get somebody else.
Transfer quarterback or something like that.
Or they'll just draft him, or not draft, they'll just recruit him.
Yeah.
But we saw everything happen this college football season. What was your favorite moment from 2019?
My favorite moment was, I think it's just in football in general. I think nobody expect LSU to be this good.
No, true.
We
weren't.
Nobody expected Tua to get hurt. We knew he was wobble, but
This season really shocked everybody because just so many things happened in the whole year.
It's a lot.
Auburn
beat Alabama.
You can't really say one moment outweighs it all because it was just like this season was so different from any other season, really. And Tua was really Burrow was a big story, but Tua was the even bigger story because you didn't know if he was going to come back and you wanted to see. But him go to the NFL, and Tennessee came on strong. And
at the end, after I ripped them in the first part of the show,
everybody did. Everybody ripped.
Yeah, they finally decided to
We
start
used to
playing
end
football.
every episode with "At least we're not Tennessee."
It's huge, man. As a league, what do you think? With the SEC being dominant, do you think
9-2 in the postseason. All the other conferences have 4 bowl wins altogether.
So the SEC is the most dominant conference. Yeah.
Kirk Herbstreit said it best on he tweeted out. He said the overrated SEC is at it again. They finished 9-2 in both season. They won the Natty, and all people out there are going to make it seem like the announcers had something to do with it, the refs had something to do with it, and somehow the NFL draft had something to do with it.
The SEC is dominant. Where do we go from here, man? We got new coaches coming in. We got Mike Leach at Mississippi State. We got Lane at Ole Miss.
Pittman at Arkansas. Drink Witz at Missouri.
We got some fresh faces, as my co-host walks off and said. But I think it's gonna be fun, bro. I think all of these new coaches coming in, is Mike Leach gonna coach, or did he just want to be in the SEC? Is he gonna do anything?
I think Mike Leach, year after year, he wanted to be in the SEC. He was almost at He was almost at Arkansas. He was almost at Missouri. He was almost at a lot of teams.
I mean, Mississippi State finished 3-5 in the conference and 6-7 overall.
Next year, I think they'll be better. I mean, they'll.
So who they're gonna be better? You think they gonna jump A&M at 8-5, 4-4? You got them jumping Auburn. That's your team right there. So they got to compete.
I mean, Mississippi State has the toughest schedule. Mississippi and Mississippi State they both have the toughest schedule.
I mean,
Arkansas probably has the better. I really think Arkansas will probably be the better team.
I mean,
everybody's looking at Leach and everybody's looking at Kiffin, but they're not looking at Arkansas.
Yeah, Arkansas didn't even win a conference game this year, so
they're gonna be out for blood next year.
And you got LSU, Alabama, Auburn, Texas A&M. Like, if you look at the West, just for a minute here, like, the two teams I think that everybody's gonna look at, besides with the new coaches in the block, you got to look at Auburn and A&M. Like, those are the two programs that, you know, where are you guys going? Like, is Jimbo Fisher, because the man is getting paid. He's getting paid top, and he's
both getting paid the same.
Yeah, I mean, but I have a question. Like, which one of those programs could win a national championship? Like, which one do you think is like, okay, like, I'm gonna win one before Auburn?
That's tough because, wait, you mean?
Like, which one? Like,
out of the SC West,
just looking at those two teams. Like, who's gonna win the national championship?
It's tough because Auburn. It seems like I was talking about this. It seems like every year Auburn can win. They could win every game, but go to the national championship and lose, or go to the SEC championship and lose, go to the bowl game, lose. I don't know what it is. I don't know if it's a curse. I don't know what. But A&M's same. A&M's kind of rocky. Like, A&M's like,
well,
which you could say the same about Auburn, because like, win one game, lose another game. I mean, win one game.
I agree.
You beat one of the best teams of all time, and then you lose your bowl game.
Well, I tell you this, I think if I was looking at who's gonna get fired first, I'd probably have to say Gus. They'll get rid of Gus when they get rid of Jimbo, because Jimbo's gotten that championship, and Gus doesn't.
Right.
But that's just the West for you. Let's look at the East. So you got Georgia, Florida, Tennessee, South Carolina, Kentucky, Vanderbilt, Missouri. Missouri with the new head coach. So out of the East, bro.
This is tough.
Out of the East, who you looking at this year?
Tennessee.
Wow. So you think Tennessee? They won, but what they won 6 straight, finished 8-5. So you saying that they're better than Florida and Georgia?
No, but that's who I'm looking at. Wow. This is what I'm gonna say. Florida is gonna come out of the East. Tennessee will finish second. It'll be close. If Tennessee beats Florida, then they'll come out of the East. Georgia finished third, because I don't know if Jamie Noonan is going to be a good fit for Georgia.
Listen,
coming from Wake Forest.
Like, that's a good point. That's a fair point. When I look at Tennessee, you won 6 straight. That's fine. That's good and dandy. But at the same time, it's like, I mean, to me, it's about how you start, and how you finish too. But I think we're not. I mean, listen, I think South Carolina, and you know how much I love. You know I love me some Will Muschamp. Hiring Mike Bobo was the perfect hire for them, because he. I mean, we're South Carolina to me could be that dark horse when I look at the East. I'm not saying they're gonna go to the SEC championship game. I'm saying that they could be a team that could, keep it close, because their biggest win was against Georgia. So that tells that's got to tell you something. That they can play with the big dogs.
My second team I'm looking at would be Kentucky but the thing about Kentucky is you don't know if Gatewood is eligible to play next year. They're still ruling that, but having Gatewood as your quarterback, do you have enough weapons around him, or is he just going to be doing it all? That's the thing you got to look at.
When Gatewood going to the East was really good because we'll have to find out. Gatewood, like, I think he committed too fast. I don't think he kind of gave, like, okay. Georgia possibly. Vanderbilt no. Missouri no. Like, I don't know about Kentucky. I'm disappointed, man, because I felt like Kentucky, like, Kentucky is really doggone good. Like, they're good enough to where we can look at them and say, man, they can play in the ACC championship game. Like, that's how. And for them to finish behind South Carolina, it's just like 8-5 is not good enough for me if you're at Kentucky. I need you to be an 11-win team, bro. Like, 8-5 is good only for so long. Like,
just ask Auburn fans.
Like, you can go 8-5 for so long. And I just want to say this about Derek Mason and Vanderbilt, and then we're gonna transition into something else. Vanderbilt, Derek Mason is gone at the end of this year, bro. He's out. He's gonna get fired. Like, I like Derek Mason, but dude, he's out of there, bro. After this season, he's out of there. He might get fired midway into the season. He's out. I just hate to see it. He's out. He's out. And I think in the next coach, Will Muschamp. I like Will Muschamp, but when you made the changes, okay, you bring in Mike Bobo, you promote it, got whoever you do on the offensive side. Now it's on you now. It's on.
I feel like the West, going back to the West, if Arkansas gets Derek King from Houston, which he's have reports visiting Arkansas, if they get him, that's going to be a big get for Arkansas. So I'm not big on Arkansas in any way, but I'm just, I'm like Gus when it comes to Arkansas.
All right, so LSU wins the national championship.
Where do they go from here?
One and done.
I mean, next year.
From next year.
9-3, 8-5.
I'm gonna say 8-5. 8-5-ish. I think they finished behind Auburn. I think Auburn will probably have a better record than LSU.
I think, but talking about Auburn's schedule overall this year, I didn't expect them to be 9-4. I really expected them to be like barely like 7-6.
But you know what though, like
7-5, 8-6.
Like the bowl game for Auburn, like to me that really hurt. That's gotta hurt because that bowl game was that bowl game against Minnesota was like, okay, like we're setting ourselves up for next year. Like that to me, and what Gus was really saying.
They came in there, and early bowl games have proven fact or whatever people like to throw out weird stats. Early bowl games for Auburn have not played well. Outback Bowl games have not played well for Auburn, and Gus has not played well for bowl games at all.
I mean,
which he's 2-4 in bowl games as a head coach.
And when Auburn played well at home, they only lost one game at home this year. That was against the defending national championships. They went 500
we lost to Georgia at home.
Yeah,
we played LSU.
And went 2-2 in a row, but
which we played. I mean, Bo's got to get out of all that about I got to play at home stuff because that's what he was.
You know what though?
I got to play at home. We're playing at home. Well,
I found this out. Like, to be a champion, like I think in the SEC you have to win road games.
And that,
Especially like that Florida game, I don't know what.
and that's what is Bo Nix's kryptonite. The 4 losses, or this count Minnesota, but the 3 losses were on, besides Georgia, 2 losses were on the road. LSU, and Florida, the 2 of them. Bo looked rattled during those games. But Auburn's got number 5 recruiting class. Alabama's got number 1. Clemson's got number 2.
So I want to ask you about Chad Morris. What do you think? What do you think he's going? What he's going to do?
Like I said before, he's there to develop Bo Nix.
That was what
He's there to develop Bo Nix. Because all he's really pretty much talked about is him talking with Bo, him reviewing game footage with Bo. Like, that's what he's going to be. He's going to be the quarterback coach. That's all. They might as well just rename him quarterback coach. Because Gus isn't going to, especially after beating Alabama, Gus isn't going to let him call the plays.
I kept trying to tell you.
Unless he let him call the plays in the bowl game, then you see where that got you. Screen passes on every down.
I kept trying to tell you that. I kept trying to tell you that man was not going. I told you after the Iron Bowl win, man.
Gus ain't never giving up play calling.
He ain't gonna give up. He ain't that did it right there. Like,
which Auburn has a very much more manageable schedule next year. I think Alabama does too. They won't have to worry about Joe Burrow. Burrow. Made order on Burrow. But,
is there, so, let's talk about the college football playoffs. Like, do you agree? Like, do you think they got it right? They got it wrong, or did they miss it? In their pick.
Mike Leach came out in an interview and said he thinks it should be a 8-team playoff or a 16-team playoff, because he says this. He don't understand why the other sports in NCAA can have that and why college football can't. Which Mike Leach talks about weird stuff during his press conference, but he said he always supported a 16-team playoff, and then in the 16th game would be national championship.
Only thing about that,
but that would be so long for student athletes.
Okay, so if you're gonna have an 18 playoff, you will have to start the season early, shorten bowl games just to do it, and then 16 you will have to start the season early. Then you're gonna have to play. Then you gotta change your scheduling. Then you're gonna have to play your conference games early. Then you're gonna have to. It's a lot, man. I think the committee, like, the 4th spot, like, they can't just go by Dallas. Okay, just use for example. Okay, Dallas, you won your conference championship game, but the team behind you is a better team, and I'm gonna put you in there get blown out.
This is what we're talking about. Oklahoma losing so big. I feel like Oklahoma's never gonna have another playoff bid.
I mean, Justin Fields is still there, man. Like Oklahoma now has to.
You mean
Ohio State? Ohio State now they have to run the table.
I meant Oklahoma. I was talking about Oklahoma.
But see, but in my opinion, was like
Ohio State barely got.
You had 2 weeks to get ready. I understand that we're playing an LSU team that's dominant, but you got 2 weeks to get ready for this team, man. You got 2 weeks to really lock in, and you come out there and don't even.
They didn't have enough.
I mean, I know their defense was. I mean, they couldn't cover the receivers because all their DBs and cornerbacks are short. Like they don't have a guy over 6 foot to guard to play those receivers. So that's. I mean, I don't know, man. Like I think the 4th spot is the bit. Like you just can't put a team in there because they won. Like I said,
Well,
you know.
who's your sleeper team for the playoff next year?
I think Florida, man. I think Florida can be one of those teams, man. Like, if everything goes right down there in Gainesville, Florida, they could be a really, 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 really good team. And like I was saying, man, Auburn. If you're Auburn fans next year, man, like you can't.
I want to pick Auburn as my sleeper team, but I can't. Like, you don't never know. With Auburn going to the playoff, playing a big game, you don't never know. Especially for me, from what I've seen in the past, like
it's just hard.
It all started losing that championship. I mean, that just did it.
So we're moving on.
On a different sport, we're trying to pick different sport.
So we got. Oh, I want to talk about this NASCAR. I know you ain't really been keeping up with it, but Daytona 500s in less than what, a month away? February. They start in February, don't they?
Right after Super Bowl.
Right after Super Bowl. So who you got winning? Who you got winning the
Daytona.
Who you got winning the championship?
Oh, the NASCAR championship.
Yeah. Who you got pulling it up?
Who won it this year? Kyle Busch?
I think so. Yeah, Kyle Busch.
Again?
The little rich kid.
No, he didn't.
I don't know who won it this year.
See, we don't even know who won it. It had to be Kyle Busch. Martin Truex Jr. has been one of my drivers that I've really been like I like him.
My boy Dale is racing in one race on the Xfinity Series. So we got the Daytona 500 coming up. I'm looking at it. Out of all those race teams, if you had one race team to drive for, who would you drive for? Your boy Tony Stewart Homes Racing.
One racing team that I would like to drive for would be Joe Gibbs. Like a race to 20 car.
I knew you was gonna say that, so I was still.
Joe Gibbs or Hendrick.
31 days, 16 hours, and 40 seconds.
Okay. We're talking about NASCAR. Well, who you got winning Daytona 500? I think Martin Truex Jr. will win it for me, but what do you think?
I'm gonna go. I'm gonna go out on a limb. I think I'm liking Chase Elliott, man.
You're gonna say Chase.
Chase Elliott.
If Jackson
man.
Wilkinson is watching, Chase Elliott just got another fan right here. Dante.
But like when I watch, like when you look at all these new drivers coming in, like they race aggressive.
Chase Elliott's the best of them all, though.
Like they race aggressive.
Ryan Blaney is good. Kyle Larson got better. William Byron, he's good. Bowman can race that '88 car.
Yeah, I hate to say this, but he's better than Dale when he's riding.
Bowman. He takes some risks. I like Bowman. I like Austin Dillon. Ty Dillon's okay. And that's pretty much all the new drivers.
So, do you like the way they got it set up now? You know, you race in the duel, you get points, and then you go through the qualifying and all that. You like the way they got it set up? Yeah.
It's alright. I wish it would go back to. If they wanted to shorten the race, they should have just shortened the laps. Stage racing, it's alright, but like now they got to where you can just win all your stage races and then you can be in the playoff. Now it don't matter like if you win. If you win, you're in. It's kind of like college football playoff. Now they got to where we're looking at strength of schedule now. Now NASCAR's we're looking at how many points you got. It's kind of the same thing. The playoff, when they first made the NASCAR playoff, I think they should call it the race off. So I don't know why they call it playoff. But when you're in. But now, whoever wins the race don't even matter because people that win the stage races, they get in on points. But
so
I might go to a race this year because I didn't think about it last year.
Yeah, the Daytona 500
Ryan Newman and Mark Truex Sr. come into my job all the time. Yeah. And, but I never met them. Every time they come in, I'm gone. But we got that. We got college basketball.
Yeah, we got a lot to talk about.
We're just shortening it right quick because we haven't really. We just wanted to catch up, recap college football, and we'll be bringing some more content like NBA and stuff.
Yeah.
Talk more about that, and
I'm waiting till after the All-Star break to talk about NBA because.
Who did you put in your All-Star lineup? That's what I want to know.
I don't forgot. Man, I should have written it down.
Because I had LeBron, 80, Melo, John Morant, Trae Young. I had on the other side. I had. Who did I have? On the other side, I had Kyrie. The other guard had Luka. I had Joel Embiid, Jimmy Butler, and last but not least, I had what's his name? Giannis. That was it. People didn't agree with my John Morant. I forgot I had John Morant. I like John Morant and Luka.
I like John Morant. He can ball.
I think he should be in a dunk contest. I think Vince Carter should be in a dunk contest.
His knees might blow.
But that's all we got for y'all tonight. And just keep watching, keep subscribing, keep liking, share, tell your friends about it. We'll catch y'all later. Peace out. Be safe out there and deuces.